One of the most valuable things we learned from Facebook early on in the relationship, someone at Facebook said, make things that ignite the graph. And that's something that stuck with us is, really you have to figure out what are you gonna do as a brand that's gonna make people wanna talk about you.
So the Right the Future film was a 3-minute piece of content which featured 6 of our top athletes around the world experiencing what the future would be like based on their success or their failure in the most critical moments during the world's biggest football event.
We went and made this gorgeous masterpiece of this 3-minute film and made sure that the first people that could see it were fans of Nike football on Facebook.
And we introduced that to them 2 days before we introduced it to television or YouTube or the rest of the world. We premiered it on Facebook because we wanted to reward and connect with these communities that we've been building over the year. And to do so in a world that was familiar and in the language and using the tools they already know how to use. It wasn't a question of why would we need Facebook if we were already buying TV. It was a question of how do we maximize the landscape of media in a way that allows them to share it, allows it to be in their world, allows it to live beyond the 3 minutes that it shows on television. Putting it on the homepage of YouTube, putting it in an engagement ads with every single person on Facebook, those things are the things that made it go viral. The story we wanted to come out would be that a father and a son are watching the Champions League final, and the father says, "Wow, that's the most amazing ad I've ever seen." And the kid goes, "Yeah, I saw it this morning and I've already shared it with all my friends."
The beauty of Facebook is that it's both the broadest, most mass reach vehicle in the world, but it's also an extremely targeted channels for us. It's the new prime time.
The TV will get you that moment, that's that dynamite. But what Facebook enables is you translate that into connection. And that connection allows a continuous relationship. And that relationship is ultimately what we're looking for. We want to build a relationship with the consumer so that we can actually service them as an athlete and make them better. For me, one of the biggest objectives going in was to build these communities. It was to use this campaign as an investment as opposed to a spend.
I think when I look at Facebook and I look at the entire internet, I think the like button is the most valuable thing on the entire internet. And that idea of sharing and having it show up in someone's newsfeed is really the new currency of what people like.
What Facebook enables is it allows us to be in Colombia, it allows us to be in Ecuador, it allows us to be in Thailand, in the Philippines.
Having worked in digital at Nike for a long time, oftentimes we can see things are success in analytics reports or tracking studies or things of that nature. This was a very human success.
The part to me that was the most exciting is the fact that here we are as a brand saying Right the Future, and then we actually have this platform where kids around the world can create a fan page, and by getting noticed, then they actually have an opportunity to go professional. We have 100 kids from around the world, 4 from Colombia, 4 from Brazil, 4 from China, from the UK, from Chile. So we've actually created a real path to write your future. And to me, that becomes extremely inspirational in that you use the ad and people engage with our message, but it enable them to actually live their dream.
Really, hats off to the team that worked on that. Obviously, the results have been extraordinary. We had to keep checking this number because we're like, is the number really 2.5 billion? But it is. It is 2.5 billion ad views. 3 million people, additional people like Nike during this campaign, over 6 million video plays, over almost 170 million impressions. But what's really going on here? That is way more than a display ad. We are not talking about just creating a display ad. That is, I want everybody to leave here and remove that from your thinking. I want you to think big. I want you to think, how do I transform a brand to think about having something social at the core and redefine the way we work with brands across all platforms. Nike believes in TV, we believe in TV, but the power of making your TV commercial spot social and thinking strategically how to use the graph and inspiring your fans, that we think is the next level of marketing, not about innovating on a display ad. So what does this mean for measurement? It means a number of things. I've often been asked, wow, you know so much about your consumers on Facebook, our users. How do I tap into that? How do I get the insights out of that? And how do we measure the effectiveness? We are slowly but surely building out our audience insight team to help marketers understand. And the truth is you can target people very, very effectively on Facebook. But the measurement has to go beyond the click. It's not just people clicking through. That is a very 10-year-old display ad-oriented model. It is much more than that. We need to be measuring brand affinity, awareness, intent to purchase. Are we moving products off the shelves? We've been fairly public about working with Nielsen on trying to understand the power of TV and Facebook combined. And you're going to be hearing more from us on that over the coming months. We know we've got work to do in this to prove the effectiveness. The irony is, every one of the campaigns that we've done and our true business partners are seeing extraordinary results. It's one of the reasons why so many brands are leaning in. 92 of the top 100 marketers are working with us globally. There's a reason for that. They're starting to see the results. We do have work to do on the measurement side, and we know that. But the preliminary results we're seeing are quite extraordinary. Lastly, I want to talk about how we're working with agencies and brands, the people in this room who are absolutely vital to our success. There's a few things I want to say about this. Number one, we are not going to be building an in-house agency. We are not trying to compete with you. One of the mantras at Facebook is to stay small. We're only a 2,500 plus person company, yet have this incredible global footprint. We want to empower you. We want to think of the creative community as the developer community. As a company, as a technology company, we're really great working with developers. We have terrific engineering support. We build a platform, and we let people build their businesses on top of Facebook. We've got work to do in the creative community. I want all of you to feel empowered to build and create and ideate. This is so important for us. This is what's going to grow the ecosystem. It's not about us hiring a huge team of people to try and do this. Every one of those examples I showed, and there's obviously dozens of others, have all been in collaboration with creative, media, brand people, PR folks, a whole different, what I say, dinner party than we used to have. It used to be a very one-way conversation with a brand brief working its way down mediums. Things have changed dramatically. Now it's about putting very different people at the table and really trying to solve a business problem for a client. This is your opportunity to embrace it and think differently. One of the resources we built for you is Facebook Studio. And I would encourage all of you to go. It's facebook-studio.com. And in the spirit of trying to build our own business on top of our platform, this is an extremely social environment. We have a couple of hundred case studies, more are being uploaded every day from around the world. And the creative community is gathering on Facebook Studio to not only look at creative examples that are happening all over the globe, but to share, to comment, to like things, to learn. This is an incredible resource for you. Because our company is small, it's very hard to get out and have a meeting with everyone and educate the market. We've got to quickly get you up to speed, get you inspired, make sure that we're educating and giving you the tools you need to do the magic that you can do, that we need you to do, that the brands are expecting us all to do. The other thing we've done is we've launched an event called Facebook Studio Live. We did one in Toronto, New York, and Paris, and we're about to go to London in September. We bring together about 200 folks from the creative community. They come in, we sort of teach them and talk about what we're doing at Facebook. We bring our product people, our engineering, our anthropologists, we share casework, and then the best part of the day is we do a hack. And so what is a hack? It's not what you think it is in the technology environment at all. What it is a very quick way to brainstorm with really great people at the table to come up with a solution. We often pick a nonprofit in that market, and then teams of people. You would work right alongside our engineers and our product people and our marketing team to come up with ideas. And it's a great way to understand how to utilize the Facebook platform. One of the things that I would love to announce today is I know beyond London, we've got many more places to go. We'd love to hear from you. There's a comment area, an ability to contact and send us feedback on Facebook Studio. Let us know which city to come to. Where is the best creative work being done, and how do we work in partnership with you? We want to take this all over the globe. We think it's a great way to educate and inspire the community. A second thing that I want to talk about, it was just announced in the press this week, is we launched a new ad unit. We're calling it a comment ad. And essentially, it was sparked by an idea that Leo Burnett had. We went out to the creative community about a year ago, and we said, what would you do on Facebook? Help us create the new ad unit product. And lots of people ask us about doing big homepage takeovers and lots of disruptive big ads. That's not what the Facebook community wants. Mark Zuckerberg has set a very high standard for our team. He wants the marketing and the advertising to be as useful to the user as getting a comment from a friend. And when you set that bar, you have to understand how to work within our environment and how to spark a conversation. So now this comment ad is going to allow consumers real time to interact on questions and things that they're passionate about. I applaud the team from Leo Burnett that came up with this, but you know what? There's so much more to be done. We welcome your input. We want to hear from you. One of the ways that we're going to do that is we're formally announcing the development of a client council, Facebook Client Council. I have 2 inaugural members to announce here in Cannes, Nick Bryan, Global CEO of McCann, and Wendy Clark from Coca-Cola are our first 2 inaugural members. We're going to have a group of about a dozen executives, people that are totally leaning in and want to work with us in a creative and a new way. People that don't think of Facebook as just an ad platform, but think about it as a way to transform a business. And we're going to get feedback from this community and rotate so we hear back from folks. But you know what? If you're not sitting on the council, and don't worry, we want to hear from all of you. Get engaged on Facebook Studio. Give us the feedback. We can create this medium together, and we think it's really, really powerful. In closing, there's a couple of things that I want to say. First of all, I hope you got inspired today that what you can do on Facebook is a lot broader and a lot bigger than maybe some of you have thought coming into the session. I want you to think about social by design and what it really means for your brand, what it means for your business. How do you redesign your business socially? But I also want you to know that we truly believe we're 1% done with this journey. We have so much to do. We have more people to connect all over the world. We have to understand their behavior. It's an amazing opportunity for us to work together with you. I thank you for your attention and hope you found some information useful. Thank you.